guys.
Good afternoon, Ms. Brown.
Today, you guys, we're going to get away from ANET. I know that we've been testing and you've done some writing with that. I want to get back into our right to learn, our literary analysis. Remember, you are discussing Emma Burke's point of view versus Moonshadow. So we've kind of went through the steps. You should have had your introduction, which is logical. Is it detailed? Is it structured? Your thesis, it identifies the paper's point, relevance, and ideas. It's the heart and soul of your paper. Lastly, your body paragraphs. Are they logical? Are they organized? Do they have a topic sentence? Are they indented? And have you shared evidence? I did not include conclusion on here because it basically mirrors your introduction, and we can talk about that. Today I want you at your table to start evaluating your own writing. That's what good writers do. We've had the rubric out for a couple of days now, and I want you to go with your rubric versus the paper that you've written, and then you guys are going to kind of share out together. I have two questions for think, pair, and share as well. Let's go through our topics. I can. Discuss. Evaluate. And inquire. About my writing piece. Versus the rubric. I can write. And discuss. What I've acquired. About the literary. Process. Because that's part of the process as well. I want you to kind of figure out where you're at with it, what you've obtained, what you need to work on, because self-evaluation is always key in perfecting what you do on a daily basis. So, partner A and partner B. I'm going to give you about 2-3 minutes to answer the questions on your own. That's your think part and your write part. Then I'm going to ask you to pair and then share. So you're going to pair and then you're going to share out. The two questions I have, and they're kind of lightly written, so I'll read them and make sure that there's clarity. What have I learned and acquired through the writing analysis process? And in my opinion, as I evaluate my writing, I rate myself a blank because blank. Yes, sir?
I'm lost.
Can you clarify what you're lost on?
I know what page in our purple book.
In your purple book, it is lesson 11 with the rubric. This has been kind of floating around. We were supposed to attach that to our paper. If you guys do not have that, certainly somebody at your table should have it. Excellent. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So what you're doing in questioning is you're going to kind of look at your paper, and you're going to look and see what you think that you've earned. And that's going to be part of the process right now. I'm just giving you kind of a guesstimate as to what you think your paper is or is not. And then you are going to clarify with your peers at a later point. But right now I just want you to kind of think where you are when you look at it. I'm not asking you to go back and edit and revise the whole entirety of the paper. I'm asking you where you think your paper falls, generally speaking. So at this point, I'm going to put the timer to 2 minutes to answer both. Actually, I'll give you 3. Starting now. And if you're unsure or unclear, you can certainly always give yourself a 1 or a 0, which I would hope that's not the case, but if you feel really uncomfortable, we need to know that too. like how we're paying attention to detail and really feverishly writing. I appreciate you guys following the procedure. Okay, about 45 more seconds, and then you're gonna take 1 minute, partner A will share out, and then partner B will share out. And if you don't use the whole entire minute to speak, maybe kind of look at your writing, maybe kind of glance, but I would like people to practice speaking 1 minute at a time, and then the other person speaking. The process is that one person speaks, we give that person the floor, and then the other partner listens, and vice versa. And then I would like to call on a couple of teams. I'll be circulating as I hear you guys. Maybe I may interfere or monitor a little bit. Partner A, which is back towards the windows.
I said that in formal writing, I learned that we can't use the word me, I, you, and us. And I rate myself a 3 because when Ms. Brown checked out my paper, I messed up on like word usage, the paragraph structure, and like some of the.
Do you have your paper, Sydney? I did see it earlier in the day. If you can make sure that you have that out.
Say yours again. Go ahead. Did I say mom yet? I had to write a formal story
A
about
little bit louder
each.
so we can hear you.
I learned how to write a formal story about each person and their authors and their problems. And then, in my opinion, as I evaluate my writing, I rate myself
Partner B, if partner A is still
because
sharing out,
in my
that's
own
fine,
opinion,
but partner
I
B
think
should
that
be done.
my rate should be a 3 because I think I did good and because I did what I needed to do in the ground.
Your top sentence must hook the reader in.
Talk hard.
In my opinion, I will get a 3, 2 or 3 because I gave 3 of them, but okay explanation of how Emma Berg's and Moonshadowing about the San Francisco earthquake.
Do you remember what's that? Once, twice, 3 times. So I want you guys to report out what your peer had stated. It's great to always speak about ourselves, but let's see if we got anything out of what our peer indicated. What can you tell me that your peer indicated to you?
She indicated that the story or the author what had wrote on the story is supposed to hook the reader to know exactly what's going on, and I had pointed that out.
In the introduction. Even though it's a literary analysis, that's a great point. I applaud you for understanding that because sometimes we want to associate the hook with the idea that we're putting a narrative together or something really exciting. Your literary analysis should be exciting. Who else can share out what a partner had suggested or said? Who else would like to share out? Amber?
It's about me.
Okay, well we can do that too.
I repeated my sentence or words that was in my original body paragraph, but I'm back of my plan of
So you kind of learn not to be repetitious would be the word. Repetition is when you state the same thing over and over again in your paper, and that's something that we want to avoid. Honesty?
She had
Nice and loud?
she had specifically said about she learned for not to use I, am, you, and stuff like that.
That's excellent. That's a great point, you guys. You don't want to use that type of language when it's a formal paper. So I'm to the point that I would hope we are able to do that. How about rating? How many can share out a rating and be honest and kind of like bear it all, if you will? Because sometimes it's intimidating telling where you think you're at.
I say I gave a great evidence, but an okay explanation. So I rate myself a 2 or a 3.
Okay. What areas do you think you need to improve on and why?
I need to work on my introduction.
Okay.
And a little bit more synthesis into it.
Excellent. So you need to probably be a little more logical, structured, detailed, as we said. And if you guys are able to follow the model that's in the workbook, sometimes that adds some clarity.
I give myself a 2 or 3 also because I still need to understand about what's going on in the book, because sometimes I feel like I don't know exactly what's going on because the writer don't really exactly point out what's going on, but at the same time they like giving you like phrases and.
Do you feel that Emma Burke's perspective was an easier read for the reader? Why?
Because she exactly pointed out what she know about the earthquake and how she felt about it.
So if you were able to put that claim into your paper, do you think you could justify and give ideas? 'Cause